Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Gotta look at a new Humble bundle that's really good. Another free game that I always like to mention and keep you guys updated with. Not the biggest game in the world, but a free game is a free game. And I want to talk a little bit about the changes to Steam user reviews, which is very nice to see. I was always a big advocate for the Steam user reviews, but obviously they're not perfect. And Steam is making a minor tweak that is just going to improve the user reviews altogether. Actually wanted to talk about Tokyo Game Show in this video as well, but I think 3 topics is enough. So let's just get right into this with the Humble bundle. We've got another very good one, the Humble Very Positive Bundle 2. So I'll go over the Humble bundle real quick because in the Beat the Average tier, it's got one of my favorite games in recent memory, a game that I've actually made a review on. I do very few game reviews on my channel, but it has a game that I did a review on and I had a glowing impression of that game. But let's first talk about the pay what you want tier. A minimum of $1 will get you Rive, Wreck, Hack, Die, and Retry, Neon Chrome, as well as Dungeon Soul. So I'm not too familiar with all these games. I've heard good things about Neon Chrome and Dungeon Souls. However, these are not games that I have played too much of, so I can't really give you guys too much input on that. But for $1, they've all got very good reviews on Steam, with Neon Chrome having 95% positive reviews and Rive having 94%, Dungeon Souls having 83%. The Beat the Average right now is $7, and that will get you a lot of good stuff. First of all, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, a Game of the Year edition. That is a great inclusion. Typically on sale, you can find this game for around $4 to $5, so it's not like it covers the entire $7 altogether, but $4 to $5 is a decent chunk of it, and it is a very good game. Unfortunately, Middle-earth: Shadow of War has a lot of controversy surrounding it. I'm sure it'll be a good game. I'm sure Monolith is going to do a good job with it. With everything that's going on with Shadow of War with the DLC and the microtransactions, there's a little bit of skepticism going on with that game, but I can tell you guys that Shadow of Mordor is a very good game, and with the Game of the Year edition, you do get all of the DLC content as well, and just to have it included in the Beat the Average tier, that's very nice. You also get Ultimate Chicken Horse. I have no idea what that is, never played that game, but it does have very positive reviews on Steam, 94%. And the game that I think makes the Beat the Average tier worthwhile is Oxenfree. This is an awesome game. An awesome game that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and that's a shame because it is a terrific coming-of-age story. It's very much like the Telltale games where it's very light on the gameplay. It's more about storytelling, character development. But if you played games like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us, Oxenfree is going to be right up your alley, and it's got an awesome art style, and it's got great characters with awesome character development, and they're very relatable characters. These are like high school students, and at some point, all of us have gone through that high school phase of our lives, and I feel like the characters are very relatable and act how you would imagine them to act, and it's just a really cool coming-of-age story. I highly recommend it. I always go to bat for this game whenever it's on sale, whenever I find a good deal for it, because it is an excellent game. And then pay $10 or more will also get you Death Road Canada and Beat Cop. I don't know much about those games either, but Death Road to Canada has 94% positive reviews and Beat Cop has 85% positive. I can't speak on that, but the Beat the Average tier of $7 to get Shadow of Mordor, Oxenfree, and all that other stuff, I think that's a very good deal. As always, I am sponsored by Humble, so I like to mention that. I'll leave my affiliate link down below if you guys want to support me a little bit. It helps the channel out greatly. Moving on to free games. There's actually a couple of free games. While I was recording this video, I realized that Humble is also offering a free game, as is Steam, so I'll mention both of those. Oddworld: Abe's Oddysee is absolutely free right now. It typically goes for like $3, so it's not a big deal, but it's still free, and Oddworld is an iconic franchise, a great platforming series. Game doesn't look very good, so even if you have an old laptop, don't worry about it. You're probably going to be able to run it just fine, but it is a very quirky platformer, so I'd recommend to check that out. Once again, 100% off for absolutely free. Another game that's free over on Steam is Back to Bed. This is a game that I actually haven't played. It's only got like a 57 on Metacritic, but the funny thing is, on the Steam user reviews, they're actually very positive. Most people say that it's a very aesthetically pleasing puzzle game. I can't speak on it too much, but I did want to mention that as well because it's absolutely free, and I will check that out as well. I've already installed the game. Who knows if I'll get around to it, but free games are free games. Definitely check out Oddworld: Abe's Oddysee, though. That's a great game, and Back to the Bed does look like a very interesting game as well. Finally, I also want to talk about Steam user reviews. I think this comes off what happened with Firewatch and PewDiePie. I'm really not up to date on the story, but I saw that Firewatch got bombarded with negative reviews. But there is a huge post over on the Steam blog going over all of the options that they looked at because of things like review bombing and negative review bombing, things like that. They went through a bunch of different options like temporarily locking reviews, removing the review scores so people would actually have to read the reviews, then look at the percentage number. They could change the way the review score is calculated, but in the end, they didn't decide on any of that. Instead, they focused on how potential players can explore the review data. Here's a quote directly off the blog post. Quote, "Starting today, each game page now contains a histogram of the positive to negative ratio of reviews over the entire lifetime of the game, and by clicking on any part of the histogram, you're able to read samples of the reviews from that time period. As a potential purchaser, it's easy to spot temporary distortions in reviews to investigate why that distortion occurred, and decide for yourself whether it's something you care about. This approach has the advantage of never preventing anyone from submitting a review, but does require slightly more effort on the part of potential purchasers. I think this is a great idea not only for Firewatch, but games like Grand Theft Auto 5 when that game was getting bombed with negative reviews when that whole modding fiasco happened. It's just great to give everybody insight on why negative reviews are coming. If they just see a bunch of negative reviews, well, that doesn't hold any merit. If there's rationale and reasoning behind it, then that gives the purchaser two things. It gives them knowledge, which it's very good to have. It's good to be knowledgeable on what's going on in the gaming world. And as I say that, I don't know what's going on with Firewatch, so isn't that a little hypocritical? Been a little busy, guys. Cut me some slack. But it'll also allow them to come to their own definitive conclusion, which I think is great. At the end of the day, the purchaser makes the final decision, and having all the data available on why certain things are happening, that is crucial, and I think this is a great inclusion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Check out the Humble Bundle, check out the free games. Let me know your thoughts on the changes to the Steam review system. I think they are very good, and if you have a request for a future video, as always, you can leave that in the comments section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.